What's up, gamers? It's Vin the Vlogger here, back with another epic vlog. That's right, I've finally been taken out of the deep, dark pit of despair that is all of my recycled characters, and we are back with another epic vlog. I promised you all 3 or 4 weeks ago now that I would show you around the new place, show you the new setup, and so that's what this video is. I'm going to be showing you around the house itself. I'm also going to go into detail on my setup, my office. You can see a little bit of my equipment, what I shoot with, what I use to make my videos for you all, and just some of the cool background elements that you may not necessarily notice. So with all that said, I hope you enjoy this kind of unique video, and let's get into it.
But first, a word from our sponsor. I'm on a mission to make content creation my job, and to do that, I need your help. In the description, there is a link to my Patreon where you can support me in exchange for benefits, as well as a link to my Twitch channel where you can support me through subscriptions and bits, as well as a PayPal if you're feeling generous. Thanks for listening to my speech, and we're gonna get back to the video.
Starting off, of course, with my bedroom. Basically, all the furniture that you see is IKEA. We got the bed, got the nightstand, got a little shelf over here, and Bob Ross at the top, of course, where he should be. And we got the dresser over here, also IKEA. On top of it, I have the Lego tumbler, which I think is really cool. I got this as well. This was a gift from a friend of mine. This is a wooden replica of Mjolnir that I handmade and painted in shop class in middle school. So that's how long I've had that. And I've also got a really nice knife over here. Very cool, got that in Guatemala. So yeah, that's that. And on this shelf, we got some epic books, some yearbooks, photo books, as well as regular books. That shelf's a bit of a clutter. Here, I've got the Lego Gandalf and Balrog that my parents got me. Very cool. And up here, this is the Lego office from the hit TV show, The Office. And I've got the coffee shop from Friends, Central Perk. So if you're into Friends, I've got this as well. And on the top shelf, there is some books and some personal photos. I'm trying not to show that because I didn't get the people's permission to be in the video. And we got Bob Ross on top, like I said, of course. I won this guy actually at an arcade. He was one of the top shelf prizes for the arcade. So I spent 2 days grinding at that arcade just to get him. I have found no other Bob Ross plushies that are that size in the world. So he's very special. And those of you from my streams might recognize Bread Pillow. He has joined my official pile of coziness that is my bed. I'm a very comfort sleeper, so I have lots of pillows and lots of blankets at my beck and call so that I can be as cozy as possible in the night. And this is just a little thing, but I got this from IKEA. It's an Edison bulb lamp that has a dimmer switch, so I can make it as bright or as dim as I need it to be. I love it so much. I like nice warm lighting way better than the harsh, now I'm forgetting the name. LEDs? I'm pretty sure it's LEDs. I'm sorry, I'm just having a brain fart right now. And on the windowsill, I have this amazing projector that I will use to watch movies, TV shows, and YouTube videos, any of that stuff. That all gets projected onto this empty wall here. So I've got basically a wall-sized TV right here, pretty epic. And at some point in the near future, I hope to fill up this wall and this corner with some decorations, some posters or pictures or something, because this wall is a little bit blank. And if you go immediately outside of my room, we have the kitchen. I'm standing back just to show you how spacious it is compared to the last kitchen that I had. Not that you have a reference for that, but my last kitchen in the apartment was a fraction of this size, maybe less than half of that size. And I'm not going to show much more in detail just because there's a lot of personal photos in the kitchen. So we're just going to move right along into the living room. We've got this lovely couch setup along with a TV, So this is where me and my roommate will like watch shows or movies and stuff. Very fun, very comfy furniture too, very good times. And immediately adjacent to the living room is the hallway. There's not much down here, except we've got the laundry room and the bathroom. But if you come down here, you will see, oh, that's my roommate's room. I'm not gonna show that, obviously. But if we come down here, this is my office where I record all of my videos. And stream too. You should follow all the things. To start off, this is the background for all of my videos and streaming. We've got this really nice couch. I was gifted it by a friend. Amazing. And we've got the whiteboard. Shout out to my top tier patron. If you want to become a member yourself, you should check that out. Link in the description. But this is where I sit. This is where I record all of my videos. We've got the lights here. We've also got one there that I only turn on sometimes because it's battery powered, unlike the rest of these, which are plugged into a wall. But we've got these posters. Shout out to Unasanis and Distractable, best podcast around. Shout out. And then we've got this shelf, which I'm gonna go into more detail on in a little bit. But moving right along, we have my desk, which is also IKEA, by the way. It's a gaming desk, or like an office desk, and it is fantastic. This is the desk that I needed years ago. It is amazing. And over in this corner of the room, which never gets seen by any of my content, is my filming setup, my recording setup. We've got my big light that I use and my camera, which I'll go into more detail in a little bit. And just over here, I've got a couple little like film strip decorations that we found and I thought were really nice because I'm a film student, or I was a film student, and I really enjoy film. So they're a really cool decoration. So let's dive deeper into like the details of the background, like what equipment I use and what little background elements you might not notice in my recordings or streams. But first, I also want to shout out the absolute tedious work that was putting all of these acoustic panels up in this room. There's so many of them, but they help to dampen the sound at least a little bit. When I first moved in here, this room was extremely reflective in regards to sound, but a combination of all the acoustic panels that I put up, the carpet on the ground, and even this couch to a degree is really helping to dampen the sound a lot more, making the sound a lot better in this room. And eventually, when I have money, I want to put up some like DIY bass traps in the corners of the room to kind of trap that like low frequency sound. I know there's ways that you can make your own bass traps, so I'll probably do that at some point. All that sound talk aside, moving on to the tech tour. Let's start off with the camera that I shoot on. I shoot all of my main channel videos on this bad boy. This is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K, and I paired that up with a 50mm cinema lens. This is the lens that I shoot all of my videos on. At some point in the future, I do want to get a 35mm cinema lens, just so I can put the camera in a more central location, because right now, because it's a 50mm lens, I have to have my camera this far away from where I shoot, just so that I get a good shot. Like 50mm looks nice, especially for human subjects, but I think a 35 would be a lot better for this like close quarters recording setup. And just a little shout out for the top of my desk. I've got all of my cameras up here. This is my Rebel SL3 that I use for a lot of my photography. This is my old Canon 60D that used to be my main camera before I upgraded to the SL3. And then over here, we've got a camera which was a gift from a friend of mine. This is the Canon F1. This was made in the 70s and it shoots on actual film. So this is my camera that I use for like analog film photography, which I'm very new to, but it's been very fun so far. I love shooting with this camera. So that's the top shelf of my desk, and this is my computer setup. I've got the 2-monitor setup, as you can see. I'm gonna turn on this key light in the back so maybe you can see things a little bit better. That's the light that illuminates me when I'm streaming. This is my webcam that I use when I'm streaming. I've got the Elgato Face Cam. That's the webcam that I use. It's just on a tripod here, and you can see in the back I've got this extra sound cover so that the audio might be just a little bit better when I'm at my desk. I've got the PS4 down there. I've got a bunch of stuff sitting on it, but that's where my PS4 fits in this whole mess of a setup. I've got my headphones down here. I use Sennheisers for all of my audio needs, like when I'm watching YouTube or playing video games. That's what I use. I also have I bought this on Amazon. I have this little thing that plugs into the wall and it sticks to the underside of my desk, and it's just a bunch of USB ports so that I can like charge devices or power devices right at my desk. And the last thing I think I'm gonna show here at the desk setup is my computer itself. This is the PC that I use. It's very dark. Here, let me just, there we go. This is the Aurora R11 from Alienware. I bought this, I think I bought this like 3 years ago now, going on 3 years. But this is the computer that I use for all of my gaming, streaming, video editing, all of that stuff. It's been really good. I do struggle with frames, especially when I'm streaming, but that might be also because I am like, I don't have the money to invest in a better graphics card or a better processor. So maybe when you're building a PC for the first time, definitely invest money into those areas, because you will probably get better performance when you're gaming or streaming, if that's what you're looking to do. I'm just talking about all this stuff because I am a content creator and I am a streamer. So with all of that knowledge in mind, I would invest more money into those areas of your PC build. I don't think I mentioned this, but you probably saw it. I have a mini fridge in the back here. I don't keep much in there just because I have a real fridge, so I'll use that mainly. But I just put like, you know, drinks for me in there, like Pepsi or whatever. It's mainly used for my soda stream and my ice. Like, that's what I use that for. I also just changed the wallpapers on my desktop to this kind of like retro wave, synthwave aesthetic, and I really love it. We got Doom, of course. I saw a Doom synthwave wallpaper and I just had to use it, and then this I just paired along with it. Also, shout out to clean desktops. I finally cleaned my desktop after a lot longer than I should have, and this is the final result. It looks so clean. I'm not talking about screen-wise, I'm just talking about like I have things in folders now, which is something I should have done forever ago. And last but not least, we have this shelf, which I will take you through shelf by shelf. So over here, we have a little slate, just a funny like film themed decoration that I got from Amazon. And this head is from IKEA. I have no excuse for this. I just saw RGB head and knew I had to have it. And this toque here, because I'm Canadian and we call those toques, this toque is from one of my favorite streamers and gamers currently, Crusader. You should check her out on YouTube and Twitch. I got this toque from her website because I really love the look. Over on this shelf, we've got like a little Batman Funko and a Batman portrait that my mother actually made for me, which was really cool. And then my dad made the frame that it fits in, which is so cool. Really awesome gift from them. This is a brownie, which I found at an antique store back home. I just really love it. For those who don't know, this is one of the early commercially available forms of camera. This is an early camera. It doesn't work, obviously, because it's super old. I bought it from an antique store, and also they don't make film for these kinds of cameras anymore, though they do make adapters so you can still shoot with these cameras, but I don't think this one is actually usable. I just bought it for decoration. In a shelf all on itself, we have the Lego bonsai tree. which I took apart in order to move here and then put back together without looking at the instructions. And so I'm pretty sure this configuration is wrong and I haven't bothered to fix it. But this is the Lego bonsai tree. I bought this one long weekend, and that was kind of my like Saturday, Sunday project, was putting it together because I thought it was cool and I thought my setup needed a little splash of green. So that's what that is. And also, I cannot take care of plants, so I build Lego instead. Moving on to the, oh, man, you really can't see. Moving on to the collection of figurines I have. In the background that is too dark to really make out, we have the Punisher and Thanos. We got two large dioramas of the two characters. On either side here, we have Sherlock and Watson from the BBC show Sherlock, which I really love and is really good. And we have a DVD box set that came with these like busts of the two characters, and so those are here now. And then we've got the U2s over here. We've got Unus and Annus on either side, and in the middle here we have Wendigoon. 3 amazing figures for 2 amazing channels, and I'm really proud of this figurine shelf in particular. And from here on out, these are kind of my storage shelves for books and movies that I own, and also video games. So here, this is my comic collection. It's not very large, but these are some of my comics that I own, as well as the Dune series. I saw the movie and it really inspired me to try the books out for myself. I work in kind of the reverse order of normal people, where I will watch the movie, and if I really enjoy it, then I will read the book that it was based on, which I know is not the usual order of things, but I really enjoy it. And over here, we have some of the books that I own. We got the Mafia collection over here. We've got the works of Milton, because I am a big poetry fan as well. The Hobbit, of course, and then some other old literature like Frankenstein, Sherlock Holmes. I have Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, which I have yet to read, but I've heard is really good. He was a big cornerstone in Stoic philosophy, and I feel like I would really enjoy studying Stoic philosophy. We got Call of Cthulhu and other stories from H.P. Lovecraft, of course. This is just a journal. This is not a book. That's something that I write in. Well, something that I haven't written in years, actually, is more accurate. And then here I've got a Greek New Testament that I got after completing a few courses in ancient Greek. So I can, oh, sorry, that was me kicking something. But I can now speak ancient Greek, and so that's why I have that. And then this is my measly PS4 video game collection. Most of the games I own are on Steam, because PC is my primary method of gaming, but when I do game on the PS4, I have these. We got Bloodborne, God of War, Injustice 2, Maneater, and Spider-Man, the first one. Great games, really enjoyed them. I actually haven't started Bloodborne yet, but I can vouch for the other ones. I bought Bloodborne because I heard it was really good. And, oh, this is also barely visible, but I'll walk you through it. This is my DVD/Blu-ray collection. I just sorted them alphabetically, so the DVDs are kind of just mixed in. We've got the 300, which I really enjoyed. Asteroid City, that's a new purchase. It's the latest Wes Anderson film, and I really enjoyed it, so check it out if you haven't already. We've got the Batman, and then Batman the Animated Series, and then Batman The Dark Knight Returns. That is the movie that was inspired by the comic of the series that I just finished on my channel. Go check it out. I've also got this Batman Gotham Knight. It was a Blu-ray that my parents bought me and I haven't watched yet. So if you're watching this, I will watch it at some point. If I crank the ISO. It's not the most quality video, but you can at least see what I'm looking at. I've also got Dune, which was a really great film if you haven't seen it. I have the Godfather trilogy because I'm a guy and I really love the Godfather. I also have The Irishman, which is honestly my favorite mafia film of all time, even over The Godfather. I really loved The Irishman. It was a Netflix original, but I don't normally do this. I bought the Criterion Blu-ray. You can see their logo in the corner here, which is basically just the fancy up-in term for saying that I love The Irishman and so I bought it. So Yeah, that's what that is. I've also got The Last Duel, which was really good, very interesting, also very disturbing for a number of reasons. We have Nobody, which is one of my favorite action movies of all time. It stars Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul. Please watch it. If you're a fan of Bob Odenkirk or a fan of movies like John Wick, please watch this movie. It's so good. I also have The Northman, which is the most recent film by Robert Eggers. I really love his work, and I really loved this movie, not as much as I did The Lighthouse, which I feel like is the opinion of most people who love Robert Eggers movies, but I still really love The Northman. And it's very disturbing for a number of reasons, so only watch it if you are a fan of horror or a fan of Robert Eggers. I also have Venom, Let There Be Carnage, because, listen, the story may not have been great, but I love the CGI fights between Venom and Carnage. I just think it's fun. I think it's a fun movie. And over here I have some Blu-ray box sets. We've got all the Harry Potter movies, of course, and here I've got Doctor Who, specifically the years of Peter Capaldi as the Doctor, because, and I feel like this is a really hot take with people who love Doctor Who, but Peter Capaldi was my favorite Doctor of all time. His stories were obviously like not as great as the other. I think the writing kind of struggled in the Peter Capaldi years, but his performance was perfect and he killed it every time. So I'm a big fan of Peter Capaldi, so that's why I have that. And with that, that is my entire setup and also my entire house tour. It's not big, but it's definitely bigger than any of the dorms that I've lived in. Maybe just once for this video, I'm going to, first of all, turn on that light, but also turn the lights off so you can see what this place looks like when the ceiling light is not on. So this is the vibe. This is my workstation. This is my office. This is my pride and joy. It is many things. I've always dreamed of having a setup like this, and now I finally have it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, I don't know how to do vlogs or how to do house tours, so I hope this was interesting and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Also, huge shout out to the patrons. Of course, I don't know how this frame looks because I'm holding my phone backwards, but Artie, Sean, Snowy, thank you all so much for supporting me this long and supporting my content and supporting my goal of being a content creator for you all full time. And if you also want to support me, Patreon is linked in the description, as well as many other ways that you can support me that aren't just Patreon. And with that, this has been the Vlogger signing off. See you in another 4 years for another daily vlog. Just a little behind the scenes if you watched this long. This is gonna be the first video that I fully edit on DaVinci Resolve. So this is gonna be a very interesting process for me. I'm also using Blackmagic's new camera app that they released for iPhone and Android. So the whole process of getting the footage from my phone and onto my computer is gonna be entirely new to me because none of the videos that I've taken for this entire vlog are saved to my camera roll. So I need to figure that out now. I hope this video's usable. We on the grind, we on the grind. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week for another normal video, at least what's normal for this channel. I hope you're excited for that because I know that I am. And cut.